What's going on, everyone? LeBron James signed his 2-year, $97 million extension, which all but guarantees that he will be with the Lakers for at least 2 seasons. And then that third year is a player option, which lines up with Bronny, his son, being able to enter the league. And a lot of questions are, will he opt in and ride it out for that year and then go play with his son? Or is he going to opt out and then go play with his son? Now, that's probably the only way that he leaves the Lakers, and he has shown the commitment to the Lakers and wants the Lakers to improve the team. I had no doubts that he was going to stay. I don't think anyone really did, because where is he going to go? Beyond where is he going to go? It also is his businesses and life beyond basketball. Like, he didn't go to LA for basketball reasons only. And that was something that I really was hitting on when people were concerned that he might not commit and sign a long-term extension. Is he going to walk? Never had doubt that he was going to walk because of what LA meant to him as far as life after basketball. And he's not going to jeopardize any of that stuff to leave. Not just that, he's won a championship there, but there are a lot of questions with the Lakers roster currently and for the future. Next season, they should have about $20 million in cap space, but can stretch it up to about 31, almost 32 million. 31.9 is the max that they could end up having for free agents next season. And Anthony Davis, they need an absolute monster Anthony Davis. If you get a monster Anthony Davis playing at an MVP level, then LeBron James is going to be LeBron. He had an amazing year last year, though it didn't translate to many wins. And he's likely going to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar this upcoming season. But here's the big question. Would LeBron ask for a trade? And you might be thinking, like, why would LeBron ask for a trade? And I'm not talking about this season. So he wouldn't be able to be traded this season, even if he wanted to. The trade deadline is February 9th, and he's not available till like February 17th for an actual trade. So he wouldn't be able to be traded this year, even if he wanted to. But what about the following year? Let's say they don't make a trade this year and they run it back with Russ. Okay, LeBron's got to kind of ride it out. He wants an upgrade to this team, to the roster. Him and Pelinka and Darvin Ham, they all sat down. They had a conversation per Rich Paul, LeBron's agent, and they talked about just the future of the Lakers, what he expects, what he wants from the Lakers. And Rob Pelinka and Darvin Ham were on the same page with LeBron. We want to win. We want to put this team in a position to win every year that you're here, and even beyond post LeBron, right? And so LeBron believes in the vision, believes in the Lakers, and trusts that they will do what is necessary to go get him a championship, which they did already with Anthony Davis. But since then, hasn't been so great. Although you can make an argument that the Lakers were an Anthony Davis injury away from possibly going to the finals back-to-back years. They were up 2-1 against the Suns. Looked like they were dominating. The Suns had absolutely no answer for Anthony Davis and very likely could have went up 3-1. Anthony Davis gets hurt, and the rest is history. And then last year was an absolute disaster and train wreck. And if this year goes the same way, and in the offseason, the Lakers aren't able to upgrade the roster to LeBron's liking, does he ride out another year? Because after this season, if he does pass Kareem, which I do believe he will, all that's left is to try to chase championships to catch up to Michael Jordan, right? To try to get that 6th championship, or at least as close as possible. And if the Lakers aren't in that position, does LeBron really ride it out for that other season? And then, maybe then he opts out. I don't know if that's something that LeBron would be willing to do. Because at that point, he's going to be 40. And even if he doesn't have a decline, even if he is at the level that he's at currently, which is still a top guy in this league and absolutely magnificent, does he want to waste the twilight of his career with the Lakers that aren't able to make those improvements? Or does he say, hey, I want to be traded? Now, LeBron has always honored his contracts. He's always been a guy that, hey, I'm here. This is what I agreed to, so I'm going to ride it out. But he's also never been in the position that he could potentially be in next year, where he's at the end of his career, essentially. And on top of that, if the Lakers aren't a championship contender, Anthony Davis is a free agent, the following year. Does LeBron look at this as like, Anthony Davis might not stick around. This team isn't very good. They're not making the moves that I had hoped that they were going to make. And do I really want to ride this out for another 2 seasons and then not get anything from it, maybe not make the playoffs? This could end up being a disaster. And Rob Pelinka and the Lakers are really going to have to put in an effort to improve this roster. Now, I don't want to see the Lakers, out of desperation, just make a trade to make a trade that just completely ruins the future of the Lakers, because then you're almost guaranteeing LeBron leaves. But if they can make the right moves, whether it's the Buddy Hield to Miles Turner deal, obviously if they can get Kyrie Irving, that's the home run deal, right? That's what LeBron wants. LeBron's been, scheming behind the scenes, pushing Rob Pelinka to go after Kyrie Irving, do whatever it takes. Woj even reported that LeBron is still adamant about that, and that that the Lakers are willing to give up both first-round picks now, and that LeBron wants to see them go and get a guy like Kyrie Irving, and whatever ends up happening, right? There's mixed reports every day when it comes to that stuff, and whether he turns out to be a Laker or not, even if he doesn't, and let's say he doesn't sign next season, right? Let's say he signs an extension with the Nets, or he goes to another team, or something like that happens, and you're kind of left in a position to where it's like, this roster isn't very good. You got LeBron and Anthony Davis. What if Anthony Davis can't stay healthy? There's just a lot of questions that the Lakers really need to address in order to keep LeBron and keep him happy. And I know some people think you just trade LeBron, get rid of LeBron. But LeBron is still one of, if not the best players in the NBA, which is insane to think about at his age. But he is. He led the league in scoring last year. That's unprecedented. He is just epitome of just peak athlete, takes care of his body, does everything that you could ever ask for from a star player. Has, he's had a little bit of the injury bug as these last few seasons have gone on. But again, knock on wood, nothing too major, nothing of major significance because of the way he maintains his body, takes care of his body, all of his regimes, the money he pumps into his body, all of those things are a huge factor. And I don't think LeBron is just going to magically fall off a cliff as far as skill set wise goes anytime soon. We might start seeing a slow decline, but I don't think he's going to go from leading the league to all of a sudden becoming pedestrian. I don't think that that's going to happen. And so as long as he is your best player, he is on the Lakers aren't going to trade him. The Lakers aren't going to want to get rid of him. None of that. But if push comes to shove and LeBron says, hey, I want out, what do the Lakers do? Do they force him to play that last year? I don't think so, because then he's just going to opt out and walk, and you get nothing. So you might as well recoup some assets, but then it becomes what can you get back? Because if you're the Lakers, you don't want to take on any long-term salary, because if LeBron leaves, you want to keep that cap space preserved, and whether Anthony Davis stays or walks, then you basically have clean books entirely to kind of rebuild. Maybe you could get 2 or 3 other stars to come over to LA, team up, or you hit the reset button, trade LeBron, trade Davis, and just kind of recoup as many assets as possible. I'm not saying that LeBron would ask for that or that would happen, but it's not out of the realm of possibility, because the Lakers this season, as much as I love the Lakers, if we're being honest, they're not a legit contender on paper. Now, you can never rule out a healthy LeBron and Anthony Davis. Those two are good enough to carry the workload to win a championship. If Darvin Ham could get Russell Westbrook to just be a solid contributor, if best case scenario, if Darvin Ham could get Russell Westbrook to average what he averaged last year, but efficiently, which was 18, 7, and 7, if Westbrook can average that on this Lakers team, but again, in an efficient manner, then this team could potentially be very scary. But it depends on what are the offensive schemes, what are the defensive schemes, which players are going to step up. I think Kendrick Nunn is a player that people are really sleeping on. He has the potential to be our Kyrie Irving light. Walker, will he end up stepping up and kind of being our Malik Monk of last year? How will the other guys defensively show up? We definitely got younger. We definitely got more athletic. We definitely got some skilled players from the defensive side. A lot of questions with the shooting and stuff. And that is an issue last year, and it looks like it's going to be an issue this year. But who knows? Maybe you get a couple guys that can get up to a reasonable three-point percentage. Even Walker, who I mentioned earlier, he had a season where he shot 38% And then I think another season where he shot 40% from three, or just shy of 40% from three. So he has the potential. And with a guy like LeBron on the team, he's going to attract so much attention that you're going to be in a good place. But, how does this team shape up? How do they look? Are they legit? And if the Lakers don't make any major improvements this season, you go into the offseason, yeah, you might have $20 million. Let's say you're able to expand that and you do get the full $32 million. If you can't get a guy that LeBron thinks he can win with, you might end up losing LeBron. LeBron might just say, hey, look, I got a handful of years left at the most if I'm lucky. I'm already 40. I need to get out of here. I need to go to a team to where I can win championships. Now, again, I do think the whole LA atmosphere is a huge benefit and a huge plus for LeBron because, again, all of his businesses and, life after basketball is all here in LA. His family's here. His sons are playing in all the circuits and stuff like that out in LA. So it's huge for LeBron and his family in general. But LeBron's also still got a career that he has to look at and he has to make decisions on. And LeBron gave the commitment to the Lakers and said, hey, I'm here. Let's do this. Here's my commitment. This is what you were afraid of. This is why you didn't want to offer both first. Well, I need you to go and do that now. Here's your extension. Here's what you guys needed. Here's the commitment from me. So I need the commitment from you. And I do think Rob is going to make some sort of trade. I think he's going to do something to try to upgrade this roster to where they feel like they are a legit contender. But if it doesn't work out and they fall flat, and, LeBron's looking at this as look, I got basically the same team for the next 2 years after this year, and this year was a disaster. It's not out of the realm of possibility. It's just a thought. But anyway, those are my thoughts and opinions. And as always, I pass the question on to you. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. Do you think that there is a potential that LeBron James could request a trade in a year? Again, he wouldn't be able to do it this year, even if he wanted to. But does he do that in the offseason or, at some point next season? Does he say, before the trade deadline, hey, you know what? It's not working out. Trade me. Or do you think that, LeBron will ride it out? He'll ride out his contract at least that year. And then if he wants to, he'll opt out and go elsewhere. However you feel about it, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.